Welcome back to AJC's monthly commentary. Today we're going to take a look at what happened in the markets in the month of January. We'll also take a look at what we can expect in the month of February as well. And we'll take a look at some of the changes AJC made in its portfolio during January. And we'll also talk about what happened in the last trading day of the month where the precious metals corrected sharply. Last month, the S&P 500 was up 1.5%. One of the reasons that the Canadian stock market outperformed the U.S. stock market was the gold miners and miners did very well in the month of January. Last month, HAC made a lot of changes in its portfolio. It exited its position in the Canadian banks, U.S. banks, and U.S. financials. It decreased its position in the Canadian stock market, the U.S. stock market, materials, industrials, and small caps. HAC increased its position in the uranium sector, which did extremely well in January. It also increased its position in the defense sector, which also did well. HAC also increased its position in gold and silver. These precious metals have been doing extremely well over the last few months, and including January, they went up quite a bit, up until the last day of the month. The last day of the month, they corrected substantially, and this was largely the result of Trump announcing Powell's replacement as the Federal Reserve chairperson. He announced that Kevin Warsh would be nominated for that position. Kevin Warsh has historically made some comments which were hawkish, and expressed his concern about QE and also moving interest rates too low too fast. This basically scared the markets and investors, and we saw that substantial correction in gold and silver. The large downturn on the last day of the month also was perhaps a reflexive action from gold and silver going up so much in the month of January. So likely we'll see some sort of stabilization for gold and silver once this is all priced into the market. Last month, HAC entered into positions in the energy sector. Now, the energy sector typically starts a strong seasonal period in late February, but the energy sector has been performing well recently, and as a result, HAC did enter into position into the sector ahead of time. HAC also took positions in the emerging market sector, copper miners, European stock market, took a short sell position in the home builder sector, and it also entered into a position in the metals and mining sector. I'm curious to see what happens to the markets in the month of February. Typically, on a seasonal basis, on average over the long term, February tends to be one of the weaker months of the year. It doesn't mean the stock market's going to go down, of course, but we have seen money flowing from the growth sectors, particularly the technology sector, into the cyclical sectors. Right now, the market is favoring the cyclical sectors. We'll have to see if that continues, and also if some of the money flows into the defensive sectors as well. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to know your comments on the markets. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.